Next. Good evening and welcome to the Mancunian Way. Not quite a Thursday night chat. We are on Friday. Start the school holidays for the kids. And yeah, tonight, got a bit of a cracking show, I think, for you. At the moment, I'm your host until Martin graces us with his presence once he gets off the deck chair or out of the pool or whatever he's currently doing on his holiday.
He's watching a Punch and Judy show.
Is he watching a Punch and Judy show?
Yeah, his missus he's having a ride on a donkey.
Oh, bless. He's getting a stick
If
of rock
you've
as well.
never been to Blackpool, if you've never been to Blackpool, this means nothing to you.
Yeah, no.
But Blackpool's the place where all Mancunians used to go every August for a holiday.
And that's
and
where
they had Punch and Judy shows on the beach, and you could ride a donkey. I don't know why you rode a donkey, but there were donkeys on the beach.
Just the thing you did, wasn't it, back in the day?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yes, so Martin will be joining us.
I know what people from Manchester want to do for a fortnight in August. They want to get on the beach and have a ride up and down the beach on a donkey.
Yeah.
Yes, we
listen, did. Each to their own. I went to Blackpool once and I still never go back. So, you know.
Yeah. And I was a kid, though. As a kid, it was your dream place. There was
even as a kid, I'm sorry, I was just like, no, this isn't for me. So, anyway, each to their own. Tonight, I am joined currently by Luke and Trev. Good evening, gentlemen. How are you both?
Yes, very good.
Absolutely fine.
Very good, mate. Very good.
Good.
I was commenting earlier, though, that Luke's trim is sharp.
Yes,
it's very sharp.
I think it's
we
a good
look.
About that.
Yeah,
show the sides because I think it's pretty good. Yeah. I think you dropped some money on that.
Just a bit of a 12.
He's
also trying to.
No, there's a bit of a fade up the side there, you know.
He's catching up to me.
Yeah, it's getting there a bit longer.
Looking good, mate. Looking good. So yeah, tonight I think we have got a good show, and others will hopefully join us as well as Martin. Enzo, as probably some of you might have seen on the socials, Enzo splashing the cash. It's upset some of our rivals. You know, 115 has included the 115 of the transfer fee for Elliot Anderson. You know, United fans, Arsenal fans, Spurs fans, Newcastle fans, Chelsea fans, they're all not happy because we're spending money, and how dare we? Do we not remember we're guilty? I mean, guys, you're not remembering we're guilty.
I think we've got a nerve. I think we've got a real nerve.
We do.
How dare we? How dare we
spend money?
Yeah.
Harrison.
How dare we spend money and be any good? Do we not know who we are?
No, you can't say we're any good. We haven't won the trophy in 2 years, so we're not good. I mean, we've even got to the point where if we don't win the trophy this season, Luke is not allowed to cut his hair.
Yeah, I've said that. Win the league, hair stays, the hair remains cut. All right.
Yeah. No, go for the beard.
Yeah, the beard longer.
You could end up looking like ZZ Top.
Yeah, I'll get the beard to win the league. It's still going.
Yeah, Ozzy's on the way. Actually, he's he might not be ZZ Top, but he's certainly Z Top. You know,
it's been longer, Trevor, in the past. I'm thinking about growing it back out again. So who knows? Maybe I should do it. Maybe me and Luke should do it together.
Yeah, we will.
We
don't trim our beards until we win the league.
We will. Yeah, win the league.
Oh, I'm not going that far. I like my beard. Anyway, enough about beards. Let's get on to the other bits of news that we want to get onto tonight. So, obviously, it's been a very up and down World Cup for some nations, some more than others. Germany, Brazil. Excuse me, I got a bit of cough there. Obviously, England were knocked out for our fans who are England supporters. England knocked out the other night. A lot of blame to go around. I think, Tommy T deserves most of it. I think it's also on the players as well. Maybe we'll get into a bit of that as well. But the main thing, obviously, City related, is that for me, and I'm sure for most of City fans, RODRI seems to be back to the best. Absolutely running the midfield for Spain. He's probably arguably the best player in the tournament. And again, that's up to the debate for some people, but for me, he's coming to his own again, and he's shown what a Ballon d'Or winner can be like. So obviously, one of the topics we want to get onto tonight is he's obviously got a year left on his contract. We've talked about it, but this is now being serious, that he's now showing that form, being back best. Can City convince him to stay? And that's something we'll also get into. So I think, like I said, really good show tonight. We'll get into all these topics. But yeah, what do you think, guys? Where would you like to start?
Well, dispense with the World Cup, I guess.
Yeah.
Because we're all obviously excited for the third, fourth playoff.
England, France.
I can see your views on
France,
England, and playing for the wooden spoon. A festival of misery.
France don't want to be there, neither do we. No one wants to be here, mate.
Narrative predictor, Kobe Mainu has a decent game, and United fans will then say, had he played every game, we'd have won the World Cup.
He's a good player, mine. I like him, but he's not. He ain't this game changer, by the way. He would never have changed. Again, would he have helped out a little bit? Sure, but he's not. This idea that Mainu would have sailed a tournament. No, Tuchel screwed it up.
That's going to happen if he has a decent game against France. We don't even have to win. That will be the narrative from United, because they're already there. They're already there. They're already saying that it's because Tuchel didn't play Kobe Mainu that we didn't do well. Yeah, so all he has to do is turn up and have a half decent game against France, and we don't even have to win for United fans to then start asserting that Kobe Mainu would have won us the World Cup because they're sad.
Although Trav, all it was though was that it all went wrong for me in that game on Wednesday when he put Konza on for Gordon rather than Rashford. I was like, are you kidding me? Rashford would be ideal for that game. Bring him on, bit of pace. And look, I'm not saying we would have won the game, but I was therefore make the right calls, and if you lose 2-1 because of 2-1 the goals, no one will go at you for that. It's football. It happens to the best teams in the world. Sometimes it isn't meant to be, but that game was self-sabotage. It was. You can't say it wasn't.
Lose 2-1, going for the second goal.
Yeah,
no problem. Lose 2-1, trying to defend a 1-0 lead for half a game. Fuck right off. Just no, you know.
and the
Because I think that's what we all wanted. We wanted to. If we were going to lose, we wanted to lose trying to go for a second goal and a third goal, you know, and get hit on the break or whatever it took. A moment of genius from absolutely fine. We'd all walk away from the tournament with our heads held high because that's what we wanted, because what we were used to was exactly what he did. And that was the opposite of what we wanted. We wanted to go out bravely, going for it, playing our football. And we didn't.
I'd rather Messi. I'd rather Messi scored 2 wonder goals that were Messi. Look, Messi first half, right, was getting clattered by Anderson the first half. I mean, they're wrong, right? Messi, we all know good at 39, by the way. What he's been doing on the pitch is mental to me, what Messi's doing at 39. But Anderson was superb in that first half, the way he was dealing with it. And the way we were dealing with them as well, like, we were dealing with our team. Like, yes, they had chances. Of course, they had chances, but we dealt with them really well defensively. We were defending well as a team. Jed Spence was very good, by the way, at left. I know you dropped O'Reilly, but Spence played very, very well in that game. Good tackles, good forward. But I don't understand that going back. Like, no, you want to have an outlet so you can at least ping the ball long when they attack you. Because again, if you've got a Rodgers or Watkins or something, or even a Rashford running through on goal counter attack, well, we'll have two. I mean, I'm not saying it's that easy, but we all thought our team will have more possession in the second half. All's going to happen. But you'd be ready for that second goal. Like Egypt showed you how to do it. Obviously lost 3-2 sadly for them, which is a shame for them. But Egypt played that game really well before they lost that game.
I think the ref helped them out against Egypt.
Oh yeah, no. The decision making as World Cup for Argentina has been so dodgy at times. It's been so scripted. But
not just them.
The Messi offside, right? The when he played the ball for the cross, right? Was he offside? Was that given us off? Was that ever confirmed that it was on side of TV? I didn't see a line for him there.
I think the narrative for Argentina might be that, you know, Messi is a huge star in America and this World Cup is in America. And that would be FIFA's investment in having Messi get through to the final.
Yeah.
It's listen, let's be honest, we can go on about like calls and decisions and stuff like that, but if we're being brutally honest, the best team won on the day. Okay, Argentina won because they wanted it more and they had the right tactic. And for me, Tommy T messed up, especially after England scored that first goal.
Great goal.
Great goal. We went too defensive, and for the last half an hour especially, it was all behind the ball, trying to cover Pickford, stop the ball going to the back of the net, and that was never going to work. My wife, who was watching it, who has no interest in football, but even she could see it, and she's a teacher, and all the kids at school were going, they could see the mistake. So if kids at high school can see the mistake, I'm sorry, if Tommy T can't, then he needs to go. Like, I don't want to hear excuses. You can turn around and say, I made a mistake, it's on me, blah, blah, blah. Fair enough. But if you're going to make excuses and turn around and say it's not in England's DNA, I'm sorry, but for me, you can't keep your job.
One of the things he said after the game was that everyone's a manager, something along the lines of the sentiment was everyone's a manager after a defeat. And I'm like, no, the entire country, the moment we saw what you were doing, said, don't do that during the game. It wasn't just the whole country. Almost, and I rarely agree with every pundit, but almost every pundit, even the ones that I think are a waste of money and time, said exactly the same thing. That this is not how we wanted to lose this. We didn't want to lose it, but if we were going to lose it, not like that. And everybody said it at the time during the game. You saw Twitter explode with what is he doing? Why has he done that? Or, you know, the sentiment was that he didn't read the room.
What's something like Rooney, Hart, and Richards were saying it as well, weren't they? And they were saying what was the plan there? Like Hart, how about to be fair, I love Joe Hart's punditry. He's great at punditry.
The best. Him and Nedim.
Yeah, but all three of them were saying it. All saying like the same thing. Like, why would you do that? Like, you're leading 1-0, right? Let's say it's like 4 minutes to go. I understand why you were part of the bus at that point. But when you score, you've got about almost one half of football left to go, including added time. You can't park the bus for that long and get away with it. I don't care how good you are defensively. One long shot will go in. Because Fernandez, at one point we kept hitting him, he's going to score one at some point because it's what he always does. And as soon as you hit one, unmarked, that was it. And you straight away at 1-1, we're done. Because even if he got the extra time, he's brought on the wrong players. And then he rushed, getting Rashford and Tony on more randomly because he panicked because he got it wrong. It's like, mate, that's on you for getting that wrong. You brought on Rashford and Tony late for no reason when they could have both been on the pitch earlier, or Watkins could have been on earlier on. We've had a bit more about them to score the goals as well against a tired Argentine backline. There's so much that went wrong in that game that I think, mate, how that Champions League win that he got against us gave him a career. Honestly, I do wonder if we had played Rodri or Fernandinho in that final and we beat him, where it'd be his career. That's all I'm going to say. Because he's not, yeah.
Listen, obviously, one of the things that's been talked about since the end of the end of England being in the World Cup and going for it, is Tommy T, the right manager, to take England going. Now, I think there are some people after the match who have gone, yeah, look at what he's done. You know, he's got England into a semi-final. And, you know, yes, he was there to get us over the line, but, you know, we came up against a better Argentina time, blah, blah. There's all these things. But I'm going to be honest, like I said before, for me, him coming out with these really bad excuses, no. Like, for me, his time should be over as England manager. And I don't normally say that quickly and stuff like that. I always think managers should be given some time. But, I mean, England's stats for that last half an hour had the ball 12%. I think it was something like 12% possession. The worst that has ever been in FIFA recordings.
There's a guy who's doing these momentum graphics that are really interesting.
Mm.
You know the 3D one where it shows waves?
Yeah.
Have you seen that one?
Right. Yeah. I haven't seen it.
Off breaks as well. Really good at showing how like the up and down scale. Yeah, it's very good. Very good.
It's very good a graphic because it chimes with what I saw. So it's a graphic, so people can make them up. Do you know what I mean? You never know, but this guy's a data point analyst for a living, right? So I don't think he's going to threaten his credibility by making things up. You know, there's another graphic that was doing the rounds, massively shared. That was I call them SAVIO. You know, you've got the pitch and you've got the little round markers that are the players, and they move around in live. And this was aimed at blaming Anderson, by the way, for the goal, for the equaliser, right? But the thing is, the guy who made it is also an Arsenal fan. That very few people looked at his profile and went, "Who's this guy?" Right? Massive Arsenal fan, big content creator, like hundreds of thousands of followers. So he's put this thing out to blame Anderson, but in the same graphic, he's got the number 4 on the pitch, which is Declan Rice. Right, you know, one of those white circles, it has the number 4 on it, but no name. All the others have a number and a name attached to them, so you can see them moving up and down and where they were when the goal went in. But he left Declan Rice on the pitch. Declan Rice was subbed 3 minutes before the equaliser, and yet serious people, actual journalists, were reposting it on the blame Anderson train for that goal, and none of them picked up that Declan Rice was. So how real is that graphic? How accurate is that animation that he made? Yeah, you know, if he's leaving Declan Rice on the fucking pitch, who was subbed 4 minutes before the goal, that they're showing in the graphic.
Yeah.
I mean, arguably,
Oh.
Elliot Anderson was probably England's best player
He was
for the
brilliant.
tournament. And there'll be people saying Bellingham. I can see that, and I probably would put Bellingham maybe just above. But
He
I think for
ghosted
what
in
he
that
did,
game.
Yeah. Moments player. Brilliant moments player. I'm not denying that at all. In
Yeah.
a World Cup, you need moments players like him. You
Yeah.
do. But I need the creative players. I need the
Yeah.
guy like I'm not saying just Phil, maybe even Palmer, someone who can play there. Say, right, you're the 10. I need you being the guy. Bellingham can play 8, not 10. He's not a 10. Never has been a 10. He can't create. He just scores goals, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that.
Mm.
But Harry Kane and Bellingham, it doesn't really work for me because he's someone who's between them both who can link the play. We haven't got that. It doesn't really work.
Yeah. One
And
of the things
I was warming towards Bellingham, by the way, during the tournament.
So was I.
You know,
Yeah.
which is a long way for me, given how cold I was on him because of his character and because I didn't see the performances that people have given him the reputation for. I never saw it with Real Madrid.
No,
you know,
and every time he played against us, Trev was just poor. He was always poor.
Yeah, and I also, I'm still convinced that he formed a clique in that team of 3 or 4 players who were not passing to Phil Foden because he saw Phil as the threat to his place in the team or the squad. And I genuinely believe that happened. And we'll probably find out in 15 years when some dusty baller writes his biography and does a tell-all about the Bellingham era at England. But the media had chosen him as the hero. Well, and what he did was in one game, he did, because I said, okay, what I need to see for me to believe the hype of Bellingham is for him to put the team on his back, because that's what players who deserve that kind of reputation do. They take the game by the scruff of the neck, put the team on their back, and take responsibility. And he did it in one game. I think it was the quarterfinal. And I was like, he's the guy. He is that guy. Good, right?
Yeah.
Semi-final, ghost again. And he does that too often.
Yeah. No, I agree, Trevor. I really do.
Rattle, but I'm sorry, Ozzy. You saw him getting rattled a lot. Like he was getting proper. Whereas Anderson was like, mate, what are you doing? Anderson, for me, is primed for UCL football. He is ready to go to the Allianz, to the new camp, to the Bernabeu, and give it his all. I'm like, yeah, brilliant. I've got a player now, like Bernardo Silva. I'm not saying just like him, but that's the mentality to say, I'm going to lock in now and get stuck in. That's what we need. And I think...
Oh, I agree with you, Luke. Absolutely.
Jude, as a player, a person, I like him. I like the way he speaks very well. But Jude, you can't be losing your head like that. They're getting into your head, and then you're letting it happen too easily. You've got to be cool. If that was Foden, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that at all. Because he knows, just ignore it. Like, because look at Messi. Look at Messi as well. Messi's quite chill as well. He's like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. A lot of
so there's a bit of a Real Madrid mentality.
Yeah.
Because Messi gets booted every week and has done since he was, he's 39 now. So, for more than 20 years, anyone who's fancied a go at him has just booted him everywhere. And he just bounces up and fucking grins at him.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
World class reason, Messi. Best in the world for a reason to, well, not now, but I'd say over his career, one of the best.
I think he's the best. I think he's the best there has been. And that may be biased because of my lifetime watching him. Some will say Maradona, some will say Pele. But for me, yes, those players were excellent, and I think the closest comes to is Maradona, really. But what he can do with the ball, the way he can manipulate it, it's just something else. There are times where your jaw just hits the floor because it's just like, and he's been said he's an alien because just some of the stuff he does, he's just incredible.
That cross for the winning goal was on the money. I was like, you know what? He absolutely, and it's not just right, by the way, I left back, because again, that was our offense's fault for that. But the way he just turned on a dime at 39 years old, just turn like that and cross it in, I was like, how are you doing that? Yeah, MLS, but you probably in Europe right now, man, in Serie A and do well. He's that good. He is just, honestly, at one point, he'll retire, right? It'll be a sad day. We just retire a Messi. It'll be a sad day, but honestly,
I agree.
What I witnessed in that game, obviously Tuchel got it wrong, But what Messi did that second goal, I was like, I can't hate that. That's just a great goal. You can't like. I mean, the header maybe could have been dealt with by Gay or Stone probably if you're being nitpicky, but the cross was on the money. So it is what it is. You know what I mean?
It was De Bruyne accurate.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know.
Kevin. Well, what, mate, Trev? If we had Messi and De Bruyne in one team at City,
and we were close to it.
Close. Yeah. So close. He won't join us. He won't join. I was like, no. Oh, imagine, man.
What could have been? What could have been?
Could have been.
Listen, I've just put a poll out in the chat. Should Pep take over his the England job? Just because obviously his name has been linked. It was linked, not so long back. Obviously he's now left City, so for me, he's the obvious choice in a lot of respects. I'd love to know what you guys think, but for me, the one thing I would say is with Pep is we've seen, obviously being City fans, we've seen this and we know this, that Pep is a very intense manager, and he likes being with the players all the time, and to get his message across. So would that work on an international level? That would be a big question, really. There's no denying he's the best manager that England could get right now. So
if you look back to Gabriel Clark's post-match nonsense,
oh my God,
with Tuchel, that was a hark back to how England managers used to be treated, and how the media treat the England team, and the narratives that they like to create. And I thought we'd said goodbye to it. If Southgate did anything, he did that because he sucked them off. He indulged the media, and for some reason, the whole typical narrative about the England team, especially from the tabloid press, took a break, and the public noticed it. They were like, thank you, because the public were getting pissed off with what the tabloids were doing to every England manager, every England player, the scapegoating, the ridiculing, the mockery of every single one of them, the digging into their private lives. Some of it was racism. John Barnes was the first victim of it. Is he really English? Is he? Is this black man really, a black man born in England? Is he really English? And then you had Sterling, and the gun tattoo was the last time they had a go at Sterling. But the time, and this is all in England camps, and the time before that, it was about him buying his mum a house or something like that. Look at this uppity black man doing well, getting rich, or out of our game. That was the undercurrent, right? And that was written about. Actually, they were called out for that at the time because it was racism. The next player to get it, and well, they turned Gascoigne into a cartoon, one of the greatest players we've ever produced. They turned him into a cartoon character, went into his personal life. This used to be their script before Southgate, and it stopped, and that was good. And what I saw with Gabriel Clark was a return to that, a return to trying to deliberately provoke and then sow division immediately after a game. And he did it with another black player, with Bellingham. It was Bellingham who he said misreported what Tuchel had just said. When you think of Pep going into that environment, do you want that for Pep? I absolutely don't. Because they already hate City. There's already an agenda against City. And the same people have been saying, Guardiola buys the best. He's never had to prove it. He's never had to prove he's a great manager. And then the same people are now forgetting the arguments and also the online bollocarati, the people who just shout shit on
the bollocarati.
The rag and scouse and Tarquin content creators who were forever saying, he's never done it at Port Vale. All of a sudden that's all they raised. Now they all want Pep. I think it would just be an absolute nightmare. I think the media would be on him like white on rice, waiting for the slightest thing and then amplifying that thing.
I can't lie to Trev, though. I still would love it if he won the World Cup, though. So I think, if anything else, right, it's like, oh, but he had the squad he had. The reality is, right, Pep with that England squad, you wouldn't see a team that parks the bus in the World Cup. You see a team that would actually go for it in games like Argentina and that. Now, I'm not saying Pep's perfect, by the way, because again, who is perfect in football anymore? Who is? But I think if you want a manager that's going to be attacking, you go Pep. But like you just said, Trev, the media in this country are just awful, and the questions that's being asked these players to try and create some beef to the manager. Like, what are we doing here? Why is Gary Neville calling out Romero Martinez before a game when it's just going to motivate them to play better against us? Stop being idiots. Why can't the media, right, in any form, stop trying to cause friction for clicks?
Do you know what though? The interesting thing is that all of the media closed ranks and circled the wagons around Gabriel Clark, and what their line was, to your point, right, Luke? What their line was we're not here to be cheerleaders. You're not. You're there to report. I don't want the media to be cheerleaders. I also don't want them to be, and even Simon Jordan said he used two great words: curating a narrative. Now I would have changed that word from curating to provoking a narrative.
Yeah.
To deliberately putting yourself in the story. Because what was talked about the next day and for the next 3 days, TalkSport's whole day was spent on is the England camp divided? Because they lapped that shit up. You know, that every show on TalkSport the next day, and then it made it into the mainstream. But the journalists who were defending him, it revealed something about the media internal mindset. They are adversarial with fans, you know, because every fan saw what happened and we saw it live, and they tried to gaslight us and tell us that what we saw wasn't what we saw. Well, we were all watching it. It's a World Cup game. We saw Clark do it. We saw Clark try to wind up Tuchel. Tuchel got arsed with him, had a go at him, made him look stupid and disloyal. And then 2 minutes later, with his butt still hurt, he did that to Bellingham. We saw it. That was Clark's ego. He was asked that Tuchel fucking read him off and sorted him out and gave him an angry and proper answer. And then 2 minutes later, he's there going, "Did you hear what your manager said about you? Wanker."
Yeah.
And the media circle their wagons. They circle their wagons around Clark. We know what we saw. We heard it. We saw it live. You can't tell us that we didn't see that. And it's insulting. And I think it's really a critical point. I know I go on about the media a lot, but it's my personal thing. I really like looking at how the media works, especially about our club, right? Even journalists I like were trying to defend him, and they shouldn't. They should have been honest. And this reveals that a lot of the media actually have contempt for fans. I understand why, by the way, because every time they write something on social media, they're getting called CUNTs and everything, every name under the sun. So I understand how they've ended up with this circling the wagons mindset. It has to change. It has to change.
I think the other big thing as well, Trevor, let's be honest, is that the media kind of have now been infiltrated by influencers. Do you know what I mean? So you're getting all these big channels that come along and start doing the news. Some would argue better than they could have been doing. Do you know what I mean? And now some of them are appearing on like Sky Sports or TalkSport. Do you know what I mean? So I think they've threatened a lot.
I think the only ones that get on the mainstream are the ones who are willing to shit clicks by saying the most preposterous things that they don't believe. Because there's no way that Rory Jennings believes the things that he says. He says the things that the producers at TalkSport can't find one of their regular people to say. You know, they'll ring up even Cundy. You know, I mean, I did a cartoon about it. We need someone to say this. Who have you tried? You know, it's a producer and a researcher. Who have you tried? And he reads off a list of everyone on TalkSport. And the last one was, even Cundy won't say it. And Cundy will say anything, you know.
Yeah.
And then they both thought, who can we get to do it? And then the light bulb moment is, get me Rory Jennings, because Rory Jennings will say anything for money. He doesn't believe anything he says. He's a cartoon character. He's a click-shitting cartoon who will say, that's right, a bad one. He failed. He was in 3 episodes of EastEnders and didn't get carried on. You know, so, and Boovy's the same. Boovy's his mate. They started out together. Alleged City fan, my ass. So, you know, you want Pep to be exposed to this again, but on the England level where you can never win.
I mean, I think I get your argument. I mean, I hear a lot of feedback. Because one of you got this up?
Sorry?
I was getting a lot of feedback then. Was anyone got us live on?
No.
No.
No? I don't know. Yeah, so I get your argument. No. No, I really haven't. I get your argument. I agree with your argument. I think the thing is now that he's no longer our manager, as much as he's still an ambassador. And, you know, there's a recent documentary that you talked about in our group chat. Was it today or yesterday? I can't
yesterday. I mean, it was the crypto people, and the crypto guy was irritating. But Pep got enough good stuff through it, because the crypto guy kept trying to tie things that Pep was saying into how it affects the crypto. You know what crypto people are like. They're in a cult. You know, so, but there was some great stuff in there, some really good stuff. Look at Martin doing a governor with the tropical background.
Yeah, look at him.
Full governor.
I don't think I've seen him this relaxed in 9 months, maybe more. Like, seriously, look at him. He's so relaxed, he's chilled, he's Mr. I am, you know.
He is the new governor, though.
The new governor.
You had a new governor.
It'd be daytime if he was the new governor. It'd be all
Have we
blue
signed
skies.
Vinny Jr. yet? Has Vinny Jr. signed yet?
We haven't got onto that topic yet, mate. We haven't got onto that topic.
No, I'm going. If he's not signed, I'm leaving. I got promised Vinny Jr. Where is it?
Who by?
Right.
Who promised you that?
Well,
Fucking after
Really? Oh, bless him. He's off. He's asked.
Well, he said he's not going to stick around if Vinny Jr. hasn't signed. So
he doesn't support City anymore. That's it. He's done. If we don't sign Vinny Jr., delete this account.
Oh dear.
According to Twitter, Vinny Jr.'s signing. That's all I'm saying.
Calling to random verified City account called City News.com. Yeah, they're everywhere now. These are bloody accounts.
Do you want me to name them? Shall I read my list?
City exclusives one.
And Anderson shit.
Oh yeah,
we've already done
Maresca's one.
Oh, we've done that. We've done that one.
We've done that one.
Yeah. They're all shit. We're screwed. Relegation.
Yeah, we've also said that if we don't win the league this season, then me and Luke will have to grow our beards out. So, and we can't cut them until we win the league.
Are you in for that?
If we don't win the league, Luke's definitely going back to Southampton, and he's fucking staying there if we end up back in Southampton.
They're getting worse, mate.
Him and Tone. You can take Tone with you as well.
You and Tone doing the Southampton masses.
Oh God! What masses? Lack of, more like.
I thought Blue Heart had written "Good evening to all Mancunian wankers," but he says "Good evening to all Mancunian wayers." Sorry about that.
Hey, I thought according to Blue Heart, I wouldn't put it past him corners on Mancunian wankers.
No, it's wayers. That's what we are. We are wayers.
Oh,
they are beardy wayers.
So go on, are you still in England? Is anyone interested in this third place playoff tomorrow?
No, I'm not.
We've already done that. Festival of Misery.
Oh, look who's arrived. Oh, Governor, you've let the side down. Where's the
Boo.
blue sky?
Martin's all tropical. Here's you. Cement.
Yeah. And you're on mute as well, mate. No, we can't hear a word you're saying. Give him time. He's old. He needs to figure out the button.
Hey.
Hey.
He's on mute still, by the way.
Yeah, I know he is. He'll click soon.
I wasn't a bit intrigued today because I went outside and I saw a bit of a street party. I went, oh, they must be City fans. They found out Savio's gone. Been doing a street party. Oh, cheeky bastards.
Morning. Bit fresh here
Good
this
morning,
morning.
Governor.
Gov, you got us on the speaker.
What's that?
You know, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I can hear myself.
Yeah.
How come you've got a red light behind you, Martin?
He's in the red light district.
I'm what you call it. Look, you see that? It's called a palm tree, Governor. Kiss my ass, mate. You're not the only one.
Red light spells danger.
So what?
Hey, we're on a yellow warning over here. It's approaching 40 degrees.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Bloody warm.
bloody warm. You poor sod.
It is currently nearly 20 past 12 here, and it is about still 29 degrees. In quarter past 12. I'm normally in my gym jams, like, wrapped up.
My kind
You
of
dirty,
weather.
sweaty stop out.
No, you're not. You're
No.
normally still on the stream.
I'm normally doing a show till 4 in the morning, yeah.
Yeah, get it right.
True.
You had plenty of sex on the beach, Martin.
Well, Governor. We're not past the watershed for that cry talk with Martin. Jesus.
Cocktail. You know,
Thank you for clarifying.
Say,
It don't matter. The other half don't watch these. Fucking hates him, so she wouldn't know.
he always says he's having sex on the beach. I'm going for a sex on the beach now.
No, I've been having a lemon chillo spritzer.
Oh,
Ooh.
Mm.
Does it come with an umbrella?
Yeah. That limoncello is pretty popular, isn't it?
It
I
comes
love
with an
that.
umbrella. It comes with April fucking hanging stuff. Bitter.
April,
It's a bit like the United fans. Bitter.
Ooh.
So, any news?
I had a mate in
I'm behind
Phuket,
you.
Maurizio, had the best Italian restaurant I've ever been to anywhere in the world. It was called Da Maurizio, and he used to make his own limoncello, and he'd serve people because Patong's a tourist place. He was actually on the beach just outside that stunning.
Was he having
location.
sex on it as well?
Yeah, he did. But he used to make his own limoncello, and he'd serve it to people, because when you've got a tourist audience, getting them in the first time is where all your marketing is. Getting them to come back every night is the mission, the first time you see them. So, he'd go up to them at the end of the meal. He was a proper Italian restaurateur. He'd make a fuss of everybody, but at the end he'd go, hey, from me. And he'd give them these 4 limoncellos. And then he'd say, he'd come back, because I'd sit at the bar with him sometimes, and he'd say, he's the best 3 baht I ever spent. It's like, it cost him less than a penny to make it. Do you know what I mean? It's just lemon and the cheapest vodka he could find.
Hey, you get him as a complimentary after dinner drink over here.
Yeah, no, it's a great drink. I loved it. But yeah, costs
Sorry,
nothing.
I'm just spilling my coffee down.
Coffee?
If ever.
You've just been talking about sex on the beach, and now all of a sudden you're sipping on a coffee.
That was what
No,
happened, isn't it?
Can't drink all night. I'm
Should
up
be a-
at 6 a.m.
Should be a Gaelic coffee.
It has actually got alcohol in it. Bloody hell. Sounds like I've had too much of that a minute.
You have, mate.
Jesus.
I probably have.
Anyway,
Cut you
right. Should we get City news, Oz? Board of England
Yes.
now, they're a failure.
Yes,
Looking
that's
shy.
what
I knew I shouldn't have put my stocks in it. Bollocks to them.
Wow. We did warn you, but you wouldn't
They're like
listen,
a woman
as
on a
usual.
night out. They promise you everything, and then right as you're going home,
Over the bar.
they leave you.
It's a good job I missed that section.
And that's what
there.
she's done tonight, is it? She's left you.
No, that's what England have done.
Oh,
If only we played Kobe Mainu.
They tease you and tease you and tease you, and then they let you down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was her name, Martin? Do you want to work through this now? Because obviously it's still on your mind, and you've been married how many decades? So
It's still a sore point.
Let's hug it out. What was she called? Where was it? Where did she abandon you? Was it Corbier's?
He's frozen now.
He's frozen. He's
Thank God, right? Yeah, the Wi-Fi can be a bit intermittent here.
Can it? Oh, dear.
1 minute. Let me leave and come back.
All right.
Just like that girl, only she never came back.
Yeah.
It never worked.
She left him at the Piccadilly taxi rank, and then she pretended she got in a taxi and went somewhere else, and she just went down the road to meet another bloke. That's what happened. We know it.
Yeah,
he's not moved on.
It never works when they come back.
No.
Right.
Never.
We're on the old dates now. Right. Shall we get to the city news?
the good stuff.
Yeah, let's get to the City news. So, it's been reported that SAVIO, as Martin alluded earlier, is on the way out for 65 million, at least, apparently. Now, I know a lot of people are going to go, how much? How much have we got out of Spurs?
I actually thought they were all going to say thankful when I'm mad. We can go with yours.
Well, I'm gonna say Viana's a genius. To get 65 mil out of Spurs for Savinho, I think he's absolutely remarkable.
It's almost like other teams rated him, isn't it?
Well,
if you get 65 million for him, it makes the Anderson deal look a bit okay, doesn't it?
Yeah, just a bit, Governor. Just a bit.
You know?
Jesus.
You know the weird thing is with Savio, there was so many clubs interested in him, and I mean, top clubs were interested in him. Arsenal were having a look. Atletico Madrid were having a look. There was genuine top interest in this guy, and I'm sorry, I still think we're going to come back and bite us in the arse. This, but hey ho, what do I know?
Do you think it, or do you worry? Because I don't think it, but I worry that it could.
I think there's a player there. I really do think there's a player there.
I think
that really one more season. That one more season, like we give Doku, I reckon, it could have worked.
There's no denying that he's got a lot of talent and a lot of skill. And, he can go past a player. His end product, though, has got a lot to be desired. But let's be honest, he's been flirting with the move since last summer. He wanted to go. So for me, you don't keep a player who wants to go. We haven't done it ever, apart from one exception, and that's Bernardo Silva. Every other player has said when they want to go, we've let them go. And his intention from last summer is he wanted out. He had another year to prove it last season that, if he wanted to stay and get on with it, prove, show what he could do, and he just didn't do it. So for me, as much as we may end up regretting it, to Trev's words, that's a possibility. But at the end of the day, if he wants to go, he's gone. He's going. That's just something we have to accept. Now, a lot of players don't make it at some clubs. They go off somewhere else and are amazing. Sometimes players just do not work at certain clubs. It's just a bit of a mystery sometimes when it comes to it. I wish him all the success. If he goes on, he's a big success at Spurs, fair play to the kid. I can't blame him. He couldn't do it for us. That's the way it's worked out. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
What I'm not here for is the glee that he's going.
No.
What I'm not here for is the disrespect that he's getting. He's a player who didn't work out. I can say that it didn't work out for him. I can say not enough goals and his distribution was poor. I didn't ever doubt the guy's heart. I remember 2 seasons ago watching a video of him working out at home. He built a gym at his place at home, and he said some things during that interview, about his determination. So I don't doubt that he wanted this. I don't doubt that he worked his balls off to get there. It just didn't work out for him, and so I always find it a bit sad when that happens. But what I'm not at home for is people, doing celebrations about him going. It's that's a level I can't get to, and it's uncomfortable.
All that is
It's not who
Trevor.
we used to be.
Trevor,
Trev,
all that is just
unfortunately,
patience, isn't it? Some people haven't got patience with players, and some have.
No, it's the sad reality of X now. I mean, people now like whatever opinion is like it becomes popular by popular account. People start bandwagoning that opinion and spreading it around rather than having their own opinion of a player. They follow each other, like they follow a clique together, and it comes like, and that's where the last 3 years has manifested into that. So now a player like SAVIO will never get any kind of chance. Nope, he's shit.
Yeah.
Get him out. The KD must play. Who's not must play? Like it's like a cult. It's like a cult within the fan base, which is not how it should work. You got your own heads. Use your own, have your own opinion.
Yeah.
I think where it lives is unfortunately because City Extra is very good at what they do, but their comments section is a bin fire.
Yeah,
and absolutely, and it has been for years, and it's never been moderated. And so when you don't do that, you form a new cult, if you like, where certain things are allowed to be said without anyone challenging it. I find it sometimes on Spaces, actually. It kind of lives on Spaces. Yeah, not on here, but on Spaces, we will get these people who pop up every now and then, repeating these sort of narratives that Luke was talking about. And they don't like it when somebody says, you can't say that, or asks them to qualify what they just said. They're used to getting away with this elsewhere, you know, and I am uncomfortable with it.
I think Trevor as well.
Not so much on YouTube, which, you know, this community is quality.
I don't think he's helped himself, has he, on socials, really?
No, but I think whatever little things he's done has been amplified by people who hate him.
Yeah.
You know, so when you do two things and it's amplified and it's the only thing that everyone's talking about for a couple of hours, then that doesn't help you either. Do you know what I mean?
But Trev also as well, right? Savio's gone. There will be another scapegoat next year because this is what people do. They scapegoat. Whatever they can't watch football without someone to blame for losses. It's never about what happened in the day. It's about this player wasn't great, slander. It's just like this is what it's become now. This is what.
And I'll tell you, it'll be Luke. It'll be Semenyo. That's who they'll get on the back.
Yeah, it'll be him. Yeah.
Do you reckon? Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, that just seems to be a thing that's happened for quite a long while. You know, it was Sterling, then it was Grealish, Doku. Seems to be a lot of our wingers, if I'm honest, that seem to kind of get it in the neck. But I just think that's just the way fan base is going. And as you said, Trevor, it's sections of the fan base. It's not the overall majority.
No.
You know, I think most of the majority of fans, you know, when a player's got a City shirt on, you support them. You do your best. Yes, you'll criticise, and that's something we do on this channel. We will criticise, but it's constructive. You know, we don't.
But saying he is shit, get him out of my club, isn't that?
Yeah, no. And we've
you know what I mean? That's the opposite of that. He's shit, get him out of my club. How long have you been supporting City? 3 years.
Yeah.
It's not an opinion. Like guys, imagine these guys, right? I'm not even saying the crap here because again, I wasn't around. I was eating Bournemouth or something. Then let's talk about the more recent times in the mid-table before we went further up. Could these guys handle those players back then? Where we were then? This is what I mean. Like, what exactly do some people actually want anymore? Like, I'm not saying you can become one success. Of course you do. I said we all do, but it's just like I'm just like, can we just like take things into account rather than have to slander or follow an agenda which is premeditated by someone with big accounts in City space that are putting out opinions and following everything else. It's just like, what is this? Well, where's the actual debate?
No, there is. I have no problem with constructively criticising Semenyo's performances and his ability. Yep. That's fair. We do that in everyday life and football. We get constructively criticised in our jobs, in every walk of life. What we can't do is Trevor's spot on and Ozzy's spot on. You all are. This celebrating him like he's absolutely shit all over the club and done something really bad. He just hasn't worked out. He's a young lad.
It's
He's
disappointing.
21,
Martin.
22.
We should be
Just, you know what? As a
disappointed.
person, he was too young. I'm going to say, for me, he was too young. He got the role too young.
Yeah.
He
Has he
shouldn't
got
have had that role at Manchester City at that age. He should have
came
been
at a bad
allowed
time.
to adapt into the team, not come in and be the number one in the team.
And I've
Has he
got to
got
say
good-
to the chat, I'm really proud of you tonight, because about 70% of you are saying the right things of how we should be. There's a couple who aren't, and they're going, look at me, I'm saying this shit. Right, fine, bravo, well done, do one. But in fact, 80% of the chat are reflecting what our feelings are, what Martin's just said before he said it, before I said it. They're kind of saying the same things, and that is really good. That's a brilliant thing about this community, you know, is you do get legit criticism of a player, and not these edgelords trying to get attention by just calling him shit and telling him to get out of our
At the end
club.
of the day, it's the same people who said Palmer was shit, and then 12 months later down the line said it was the worst decision we ever made letting him go.
Yeah. It's always
Yeah.
the case.
Yeah. And Andrew,
So it is what it is.
You're definitely not one of the odd ones, mate. You're an odd one, but you're not one of the odd ones.
The
I've
one
only
I
got love for you.
I've joked about it, Ozzy, but I want to put this to bed because I have asked the question. Manchester City know they're being used. Their name is being used in a Vinny Junior contract negotiation. There is no genuine interest. There has been no genuine contact on Vinny Junior. This is a fan-led. And the thing that I find weird about it is Savio wasn't a first-team winger. You replace Vinny Junior with Savio, well, you're either meaning Doku comes out of the team or Semenyo comes out of the team. And I get people want to be ruthless and they want to have the world's best, because I get it's the fear of not winning. I totally understand the fear of not winning, the fear of going 3 years without a Premier League or 3 years without a Champions League. I get it. I understand that part. What I don't understand is this situation where someone said to me today, and I won't name them, we could get Vinny Junior for 90 million quid. In what world? And then he turned down 400 and odd grand a week at Real Madrid. He wants £600,000 or 600,000 euros a week.
I've said he'll want Haaland money. That's what
He's going to want more than that.
Can I ask a question?
It's a non-goer. I don't know why people are trying to wish it into the stratosphere.
Do you think
Listen,
this has been
for
sent
me-
out, Martin, though, because of they want Elise? Do you reckon that's a push for that?
Don't know.
Do you know what I mean?
You know, you never know with Real Madrid, because all of the media in Spain operates as their propaganda arm, as so does Fabrizio Romano. So whatever you're hearing about this is what Madrid want the world to think about it, and definitely not what the player wants the world to know about it. You know, anything you hear about that story is what Real Madrid want the world to think about it.
Yeah, this is it.
And so what are they saying? They're saying that we're not going to let him go, so don't come sniffing for him. But I think because he's in a contract negotiation with a year left, they're also sending a message to him and his camp that we're not going to make this easy for you. And so don't even think about it, because that's Real Madrid's MO.
Can I ask a quick question? Quick question. Regardless of how much it would cost to get him through the door and the wages he might be on, I want you to put that at your house for a second. Okay? He has got a year left on his contract. He would still go for big money, no matter what. But we are about to lose Savio. Okay? The argument that Martin was saying is that we've got two really good wingers at the moment with Doku and Savio. not Semenyo, Semenyo. Yes. For me, though, we need strength in depth because if one of them gets an injury, we're really short. So we at least need one more winger to come through the door for me. If he was available and he was a realistic target, would any of you realistically say no?
Good question. Nobody likes his character. Nobody likes his character.
Do you know the whole thing about his character? And we had the same thing with Cherky last season before he came in. There was all this about his character and about he's a bad figure, blah, blah. And I heard something earlier on, which I thought was quite interesting, the way of kind of putting it. He's a black man who plays in Spain, and we know about the amount of racism he's had to receive.
Yeah.
For any player, for any man, especially a black man, to receive that kind of racism, I could understand why it may make them hard. It might make them the way he's become. Okay, he has not got any help from Real Madrid, really. He's been criticised left, right, and centre. And as you said earlier on, Trevor, Real Madrid's media, or the media in general in Spain, are behind Real Madrid. They put out these stories, and most of them are negative against him. I couldn't blame him if he wanted to leave Real Madrid.
Right.
In all honesty, I couldn't blame him. So for me, I think his character, I think you just need to put on a side, because for me, I understand why some of that character might be. So for me, I'm looking at the player and the skills and what he could bring to City. Now, for me, and no, I agree with Martin, and I put this out earlier. For me, I think it's just a ploy for contract negotiations with Real Madrid. Fair enough, but he's been talked about, so I'm going to say it.
That's a great point.
If he was able to come through the door, if we were able to sign him, I don't care what it would cost. I don't care what amount of wages he demand. If we could do it, I'd have him every day, because he's an absolutely amazing player, and what he could do playing up with Haaland would just be incredible.
Can't lie.
And
all you do,
just to look at that.
All you do is put Doku on the right. Just put Doku on the right. Away you go.
Yeah.
Here's a point as well. This is his time at Real Madrid, right? He was best played with Benzema, a striker, to play off of. Yeah. I'm not saying that, but it won't happen. But him and Erling already get on well as it is. I've seen by the Instagrams and the stuff that they got together anyway. If this was to happen, yes, the dancing, I was right in front of him when he did that celebration last season in front of Madrid fans. But that's the way he is. And with for us against them lot, United, I'll be all for it. Him rattling United fans, him and Cherky. So this is what we've got to look at as.
Bernardo Silva did it all the time with Liverpool, and we all celebrated it.
My precedent regarding the character questions goes back to Craig Bellamy, who I hated. And when we signed him, I was furious because he was an absolute shithouse. But the day he became our shithouse, I adored him. I absolutely adore. And then I learned about him, because we don't tend to know about what players who don't play for us are doing off the pitch. And I learned about Craig Bellamy's I think it was in Côte d'Ivoire or somewhere in Africa, where he founded and paid for a school that focused the academic results, gave them access to football and incentivized, and it just grew and grew and grew. And then I saw him interviewed, and I thought, this guy's an absolute diamond. And the stuff he did for City in the community, and I was like, how wrong was I about this guy? Because all I saw was him being an absolute shithouse on the pitch and banging in an occasional screamer against us, and celebrating like a dickhead. As soon as he was doing it for us, hello, mate.
I'm just going to quickly answer
and Nardo was the same. Nardo was a shithouse, but he was our shithouse.
And when you've got him in your team, and that's what we're missing with him going, you're going to want that, and you need it sometimes. You need that shithouse. I'm just going to quickly say, Dash, I get what you're saying, mate, but I'm saying regardless of money. And at the end of the day, we're not accountants all on here. We're not in charge of City finances. I don't care what it costs to get the player through the door, and I don't care what they're on. That's for
Is that euros or pounds?
100%.
Is that euros or pounds? Because you're making a point.
It's not my money. I don't care if they can afford it. I don't care, because they're not stupid. They'll know what they can afford and what they can't afford. So for me, I don't. That's just a fact. I'm a fan, and that's all I care about. I'm not. And Martin loves to kind of go into these things in depthly and talk about it, and I get it. And he has a lot of valid points. But for me, just as a fan, I don't care about the money.
It comes on my season's price, mate. I'm not paying to watch an egotistical prick walk around the football pitch. I'll ruin our dressing room.
Yeah, we know. It's okay.
I knew you'd say that.
I get that. I absolutely get it.
I get it, and I do. I respect it. But for me,
we have a culture. I'm not denying Vinny Jr.'s ability. I do have an issue with his attitude, and people say he doesn't have an attitude. He's part of the reason that Real Madrid dressing room is the message that it is in. That has been well documented. He is part of the reason.
By who, Martin?
Yeah.
There's a lot of egos in that dressing room.
If you've got Mbappe and Bellingham, both two obvious narcissists in a dressing room, it's never gonna get. It's not just egos, Governor. They're both narcissists. Everything about their behaviour tells me they're narcissists, and that's a different thing. A narcissist can
not only that, don't want to
poison an entire country like Trump has done.
Right, can I ask a question then, Ozzy? Can I ask Ozzy, do you think, and obviously it's all noise at the moment, do you think Viana's gonna make one more statement signing?
Yeah, it's called Hassan Bouaddi.
So that'll be the one.
But can I just call Dash on something? Can you qualify your 500 or 600?
Yeah, sure.
Because people who want to make the argument that that's too much money always do euros. So, what is
still
that?
Close to $500,000, isn't it?
That's still more money than Haaland, Joe.
Oh, it's still a lot of money. I just want to qualify the figure that he put there, 500 or 600.
People say to us we don't have world superstars. Yes, we do. We have Rodri, we have Haaland, we have Donnarumma. And we stop people doing this thing like we haven't got big players.
And that's a spine.
We have.
Foden.
We haven't got as many as we had before, like the KDB, Stones, and a few others.
I understand that because for me, the way I'm looking at it is probably a bit anal in the fact of I'm replacing Sabinho. I'm not buying a first choice winger here. I'm replacing Sabinho.
The thing is, though, Martin, I'm going to be brutally honest. As you said earlier on, like he came in too early. There was a lot of pressure on him, and I think looking at our wing at the moment, you've got Semenyo and you've got Doku. That's it. Now you could just have Foden or Cherky out. You could have Cherky or Foden out there, but realistically, you get a big injury to one of them, and if Marmoush goes as well, then Semenyo could play up the middle instead of Haaland.
I get that, but I understand that Vinny Jr. ain't coming in to play rotation with anybody. Vinny Jr. plays.
I didn't say he doesn't, but at the end of the day, I want competition for places. And
no, there is no competition. There will be no competition with Vinny Jr. over. Vinny Jr. plays. That's his whole MO. This is part of the reason he's kicking off at Real Madrid because he got subbed.
Yeah,
he doesn't even like being subbed off in game.
Well, yeah, does any player though, in all honesty? But I know what you're saying, Martin.
Do you know what? I don't understand why everyone was big on Doku last season. He was so improving, and now everyone's ready just to toss him away to the bench.
I'd go over to the
right. Is there any loyalty anymore?
No, it's who's the next big thing, Martin. That's all it is now.
I mean,
I don't want to go into the
noise. At the end of the day,
I don't want to become a club that just rotates because the next big thing appears.
I mean, I wouldn't say the Junior is the next big thing. It's been the big thing for quite a while. But I understand your argument, Mike. I agree with you on a lot of your points. I really do. I'm just playing devil's advocate here because he's obviously in the news. It's been rumoured. Again, the thing is for me is we know that City more likely will go out and replace Savinho because for me, we are short. And I just think you have to replace. Who that is, I don't really care in some respects. Do you know what I mean? I just want the best player we can get that's going to cause competition for the players that are, if it's Doku's, whoever.
I would agree with that, Ozzy. If you said to me, go and get an Ndiaye, go and get a Croupier, go and get a Morgan Rogers, I think you could say to Dr. Winham, right, you're going to play 35 games apiece or whatever and rotate it. When you start dealing with somebody like a Vinny Jr. and Elisa, the elite of the elite players, like our version of Haaland, our version of Rodri, they don't particularly rotate a lot.
No.
If they're fit, they 99% play. And everyone will say, but they've said this and we rotate that. Trust me, you rotate Haaland for 2 or 3 games, you're going to get a pissed off Haaland. You rotate Rodri for 2 or 3 games, you're going to get a pissed off Rodri. That's just top elite footballers. Pep Guardiola, I don't know if anyone's watched Pep Guardiola's interview. It's a great interview, 36 minutes long. Yes, the first 4 minutes are crypto and the last 4 minutes are all crypto. But in between, it's a lovely interview. And he said himself, they found the rebuild hard. He said this himself, because he sat down with Cheeky and then Viana, and they went, we're going to buy all these young players. And then what happened was some of the young players didn't play. And then they were coming knocking. I want to go, boss. It's too cold, boss. I'm out of here, boss. And this is the problem. I don't think our rebuild has gone to fully fruition because we've bought so many players in such a short space of time that it's hard to integrate everybody and keep everyone happy.
Yeah.
The thing is, what I will
it's
say,
a balancing act, yeah.
Of course it is. It always is with the squad, but I think we don't have Pep anymore. We don't. Pep liked a small squad. I don't think we're going to get that under Maresca. Maresca's not going to want a big
we've already got a big squad.
Well, yeah, we have. It's going to get worse.
But there are still some that may still leave. So we have to also put that into consideration.
But right now, I counted it up earlier. We've got 29 to 30 players.
Yeah, currently. But I would expect still a lot of them to still go.
And we're expecting about.
It's funny, but I heard 2 pundits talk about competition for first team places. 3 actually, because he was on the overlap, and I think it was Peter Crouch who mentioned it. Certainly one of the other guys on, and then Joe Hart also mentioned it in another thing, and they said that's normal. That's normal at every top club, that the entire squad thinks they should be in the first team.
Yeah.
And yet we stress about this quite a lot. So I'm wondering how have we achieved it before? Because we have had squads full of top talent, and Pep somehow managed it. Isn't it? And so is our anxiety, and I'm not saying it's not justified, that we're not sure whether our new manager is a guy who can handle that situation. Because let's face it, having a top quality bench or a top quality squad is essential to winning everything, is essential to winning a treble, is essential to being successful. So isn't that a basic skill that we demand of managers, that they can handle all of that ambition, all of that hunger to be, and all of that disappointment when they're not in the first team?
Just put Spicy Potatoes comment up.
I just want to think else. Hang on, mate.
That's a manager's job, though, isn't it?
I forgot to do this earlier on.
Isn't it?
Hang on, guys.
It is.
Just before you carry on, I mentioned this earlier, but we got a bit carried away. I just want to thank Warren, 1894. Thank you, mate, for your membership for 8 months.
Nice
really,
one.
really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm sorry it's a bit late, but I'm trying to keep up with the chat and obviously what's going on here. So I apologise it's a bit late. Thank you so much. Where was I, Martin? Sorry.
No, just put Spicy Potatoes comment up on the chat.
This one.
Yeah. So he said that. He said, I don't want to sign Vinny Jr. What I said. He said, Semenyo didn't get a shot target in the World Cup and Belgium played their best football. Definitely out of the bench. So that is an example. It's his opinion, but that is an example of buying a player for 65 million in January and giving up on him 6 months later because a new toy's coming around.
Yeah.
That is the bit I don't like. That is soulless. Yeah. That is no level, and there is no culture in that football club. What football club spends 65 million quid and gives a player 6 months? So here's my question back to Spicy Potato. If you have a wife and or a husband, I don't know, and they don't perform the way you want in 6 months, do you get a divorce and move on to get someone better?
Should be in the prenup, that.
Because what are we doing here? Semenyo's been with us for 6 months. Finished the season third top goal scorer in the Premier League. And the MO for the Semenyo sign was a goal scoring wide man.
And
He fulfilled that MO.
Do you know one of the things for me, which I think is quite interesting, is we'll move on a little from Vinny, because I think everyone's comments. Martin is brilliant. Mine, I think, comes across the same as Governor's.
Great
And
point.
I think there are some really good points there. And I always like to try and kind of have everyone's points of view, because we all think differently. We all have our own points of view, and it's great to have those opinions. And then at the end of the day, my opinion's right, Martin's opinion's right. They differ, but I think we're all right at the end of the day. I think for me, it's one of the interesting things, though, is that obviously Sevilla has been talked about for quite a while about going out the door. I'm surprised it's took a little bit longer than this, because he wasn't in the Brazil squad. He's been wanting to go since last summer. It took longer than I thought it would. One of the players that we've just missed out on, that there was rumours that City were looking at, was Tranquil at is it Sporting or is it Sporting he was at? He's just moved to Saudi. Now, he was a player that I thought would have been quite good to come to us, because he's not what you call like a tricky, fast-paced winger, but he was definitely someone who would have brought something different to the squad. He's just literally gone for 40-odd million to the Saudi league, and he's someone that's done really well in the Portuguese league, and he's someone that I thought we may have had a punt at, because he wouldn't have demanded like Martin's worried about, like a player coming in and demanding first team football. I think he would have been quite happy to rotate. So it's quite surprising that someone like him has gone to Saudi, especially at the age he's at as well. So for me, I'm thinking City wants somebody, but how do you get that balance right, and who are they going to look at? Because you don't want to bring in like another project player like Savino, who hasn't proven themselves and is young, and you want to put too much on too fast. So where's the balance? Because I'm not hearing a lot of wingers, if I'm honest, like being looked at.
No.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not hearing that noise coming through, really.
The ones that have been...
I asked yesterday, who else? Because everyone's mentioning the names that they're famous. Everyone's mentioning people that we can't get.
was it Mbai?
Do people really think? Do people really think that our leadership are selling somebody and they don't already have a short list of who they're after? Do you really think
but they don't like the short list.
Nobody knows what the short list is, mate. Nobody knows.
No, I've mentioned it loads. Me and Tony and Ozzy, we mentioned it loads. It's Ndiaye.
Who is it?
Ndiaye, Everton. They've looked at Morgan Rogers. They've looked at Diamandi, but he was too expensive.
He's gone. He's gone.
No, Diamandi's not fully set. Yeah, but he was too expensive anyway. They didn't rate him.
Rogers is nearly gone.
And the other one was Croupier. They looked at Bournemouth.
What's the status with Croupier? He's gone, hasn't he?
No, he's still at Bournemouth.
Okay, so my question is better phrased.
Mbai,
they are looking at Mbai as well, but Dortmund will offer him more first-team game time than what we would.
Okay, so there's Ndiaye and Mbai. What's the profile of them? They're both young, right?
No, Ndiaye's 26.
Okay. I'm warming.
18.
Yeah.
Again,
for me,
are we after a first team in it, or are we after a rotational squad player? That's my question.
What do you think we need in that position?
A squad rotational player that can compete with Doku and Semenyo.
Okay, I'll throw a name out. What about Harvey Barnes? The cricket. He is
a two-name player.
Nobody ever says
Barnes.
FIFA loves a bit of Harvey Barnes. FIFA's been on that. Ethan's been on the Harvey Barnes train for 6 months. He loves him.
Just putting it out there.
But he's only ever referred to as Harvey Barnes. He's never referred to as Barnes. So I like that.
Harvey Barnes.
You know, there are players who are only ever referred to by both their names.
See, I don't know because
And Barnes is one.
Personally, is the winger market great? No.
No.
But again, I'm going. Well, here's my question, and Ozzy, I'll start with you on this. I know you're hosting, but I've got to ask this question. What profile of winger are you looking at? Are you looking at a goal scorer? Are you looking at a Maresca techie baller that's going to hit the line and put balls in?
Techie baller.
The job for a winger, mine, is always supply the striker. If they do
Fucking
get
hell,
goals,
the governor changed his name there.
if they do, is that too Aussie? If they do get goals, it's a bonus.
Go on, Governor.
If they do get goals, a winger, it's a bonus. They're there to supply the strikers. Simple. It's old-fashioned way, but that's the way it is.
Feed Erling. That's what I'm looking for in a winger. Feed Erling Haaland.
What I'm saying.
I don't care if you get some goals as well. All right, nice.
I'm going to chuck some out. Can Foden or Cherky not rotate on one of the wings as well now and again?
Just don't buy Saloff, please, and put him at right wing, because about that went for Norway.
You'll get a pass off him.
He was, honestly, I'm still pissed at that, by the way. I know it's England. But
Anyway, go on, Ozzy. What kind of profile do you
quickly, to your quick point, I think, yes, you can have Foden or Cherky out on the right wing, especially. Because they've both played on the right wing before, so that's an option. But I do feel you need another player to come in. And I'm always going to want somebody who is going to come in and challenge to want to be coming off that bench and starting, as the first in the first 11. I'm always going to want that. For me, it would be nice to have someone who can contribute to the goals, because as much as Doku improved last season, you still look at his goals and you still go, we could do with more. And he could produce next season. He could be doing more. But currently, as it stands, we're just not getting enough. Because, again, if we get a crucial injury to Semenyo, where are the goals coming from? Do you know what I mean? We haven't got another player who's got the numbers to chip in, if we're looking at this properly.
Okay, so to throw yours and Governor's favourite subject at you now. If you like this,
I was waiting for this.
Can you not use Ryan McAdoo or Monga in that scenario?
Monga, yeah.
If Caldoon mentions his name, obviously
I'm just listening. I'm not saying, and I know the we must buy superstar fans will come at me when I mention that. I know they will, but I'm just chucking ideas around. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah,
no, and you're right to do it, man. Because at the end of the day, the likes of Monga, he's out. He's only like 16, 17. Is he?
17 now. The plan for Monga at the minute is to play Carabao Cup early rounds and develop in the EDS and be on the bench every now and again in the first team.
Fine.
I've seen more of McAdoo. That's why.
And McAdoo
want to break through. Do you know what I mean? Just one. You've got to give him a chance.
And the thing is with McAdoo is he is highly rated within the academy. Like, he is currently, I think City want to get him to sign a new contract. They are desperate for him. And there's another kid, I think he's only 14 or 15, who is massively highly rated in the academy. He plays in the midfield. I can't remember his name off the top of my head now, but if anyone knows, please put it in the chat, or if one of you guys know. But there is a kid who is really seeing, and they're trying to get them to sign new contracts, especially McAdoo now, because he's close to being, at the age where you can get him.
Yeah, but a lot of them are not doing it. A lot of them are turning down contracts because there's no pathway.
No.
Yeah, but I think
can we go back to this winger market thing, because it's something that's got a lot of traction. The winger market is terrible. Do we know
it is? It is terrible, and that's why I think Martin's point is valid, Trevor, because we have got some really good and talented youth players right now, and I would agree with Martin that I wouldn't want to start them and rely on them, but I definitely think you want to try and get them into the squad and playing the early rounds, the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But in isolation, right? This statement, the winger market is terrible. right? Forget that. I agree with everything Martin said. I agree with everything you said. I want our youngsters to start coming through and for us to start relying on them. But take that statement standalone. The question is the winger market terrible? And how do we know that? And do the club have that opinion that the winger market is terrible? Or do they have a short list that we don't know about because nobody else is talking about them? Because that's part of our transfer DNA, is signing
what I mean about
amazing players that nobody's talking about.
It might be the way I worded it. I wouldn't, when I say terrible, I mean there's 3 or 4 options.
Everyone's saying it, Martin. It's a thing that people are repeating over and over again. The winger market is terrible.
Once you get past Ndiaye, Rodgers, and the thing is, Rodgers doesn't even really play as a winger. He plays as a 10 more for Villa. You're sort of struggling to start thinking of names unless you go like really abroad.
Yeah, we are, and we should be. But do we believe that a club as well run as ours are thinking the same thing? Do we really think that everybody at the club is like, oh, winger market's a bit shit? Or have they for the last year been watching potential Savio replacements? I don't know.
They've been working on that for ages. It's like Bouaddi. When we get to the Bouaddi bit, we've been working on Bouaddi for 12 months. Bouaddi wasn't just plucked out of thin air.
But it's only been new since the World Cup. Do you know what I mean?
For me, we only need a winger on the left. The right side's okay. We're fine on the right. Mm-hmm. We've got Semenyo, Cherky, Foden. It's the left we've got to worry about.
Yeah.
It's only Dockett.
And I also think as well, if the likes of Mamouche were to go, I also think that you've got to then think about who would replace Haaland if he was to get an injury.
I took a real curveball in.
No.
Don't all shoot me when I play this. Please don't.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Locked and loaded.
If we're saying O'Reilly's left-back position is a lock-in, could Reina Nouri not do that potential left-hand side?
Good.
I'd like to see it. Because
people do say he's better going forward than he is defensively. Again, I'm just spitballing.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing to think about. Realistically, do I think Maresca would do it? Probably not.
But we still need
why is the answer go to the market and spend 100 million every single moment?
I know. We still need
because it's the transfer season.
Well, I don't think we do though, Marty. I don't think we go out and spend 100 million.
We have been the last 18 months, I think. We certainly have. Again, in Pep's interview, which Treble confirmed, he said we kind of went a bit different in the last 18 months. We went very different in the last 18 months.
But that's because players matured and had to go. Unfortunately,
we've messed up after the treble. Like we completely just didn't do anything apart from Savio. We left it for too long, and we had to do catch up in that really bad season, not last season, but the season before. So let's not forget that.
He's gone for impartiality, by the way. He's going to PSG.
Actually, he's going to PSG. That's confirmed. He's going to PSG.
Haven't we said this? Haven't we said this about the right back? We said we don't want a superstar backup. We just want one like 30 million.
No, that's why they're looking at Malo Gusto.
Yes. You don't want a superstar there.
Is Guevara Reed done? Is he going Forest Reed? Or was that little? I've seen weird things about that.
Guevara Reed is. See, this is another thing that worries me. And again, people are going to think I'm being a bit thing here. If Guevara Reed was as good as we're all proclaiming he is, why is it the likes of Forest and Brighton and others going through?
Yeah, I was going to say.
And I'm not, by the way, I'm not going back on what I see. The right back thing, even the winger, every single market we're looking at the moment, I'm looking at, apart from the midfield.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this, haven't we, Ozzy, for months, even on your transfer rambles and everything else. the midfield area was generally the area where we needed first team players, like genuine ready-made people.
Yeah.
The other areas, we were looking at squad building a little bit for rotation purposes. We weren't going out trying to buy an all-out sing bell dancing right back because you've got Nunes. We know Trafford goals, so we're going to go for a backup. Yeah, that hasn't changed.
Just
in
because
any way.
we sold Semenyo, it doesn't mean it's just because we sold Savino.
Jesus, calm down. You'll give everyone a bloody aneurysm. They'll be having double street parties if we say Semenyo and Savio's gone.
No, but I meant Savio, obviously. You know, it doesn't change.
We've just got another 150 viewers by you saying that. Semenyo's left breaking news on the Mancunian way.
He's shit. Get him out of my club now. Out of my club.
Your club, yeah. I am the club. All right.
Yeah. Sorry, can I just drop a bit of a bomb bomb, which some are not going to like?
Oh dear.
The only one I'm worried about right now is the Ruben Diaz situation.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that today.
Gone quiet.
I would really keep an eye on that situation at the minute. And I think
Jose.
I don't think it's Diaz is shit. I think it's the Real Madrid pull and the Mourinho pull. He's really pushing Diaz.
Mourinho. The story is Mourinho.
Coyote signed a new deal, mate.
The story is Mourinho has specifically said that he wants Diaz. We know Mourinho. We know how Machiavellian he is. We absolutely understand everything about that man. He is not an unknown quantity to us. This could just be part of his agenda to unsettle City because that's the kind of wanker that he is. So, and then it's been amplified by Spanish media, who we all know act entirely as propaganda agents for Real Madrid. And so, I know who reported it. I know who reported it from our side.
People,
Yes, but what they're doing is repeating something that Mourinho said. And we all know what a fucking shit.
No. They're reporting it from the Diaz side. The club want to keep Diaz. Diaz is the one who might want to leave.
I didn't read that story. I read our good reporters. I read our good sources repeating what Mourinho has said. I didn't see the story that you're talking about.
Yeah, City want to keep Diaz.
We knew that. Yeah.
If City could agree a deal with Madrid, Diaz would quite happily go there.
If his head
who reported that? I need to read it.
For me, listen, I would be saying to Diaz,
not everything I'm telling you, Trev, is out on Twitter, as you know by now.
I would be saying to Diaz, listen, we've just lost Pep. We've lost some of the senior players like Stones, Bernardo, Ake, and others. You're not leaving. You're under contract. You've just signed a new deal. We can't have the amount of change of senior leadership walk out the door. So it's just not happening because at the end of the day, we'll talk about it next season. If you still feel the same way, maybe we'll look at it, but not this
for me, mate, he's unsellable. I won't sell it.
I wouldn't. No, under no circumstances will I be selling Diaz.
You don't have to. He's got 4 years left on his contract. We don't have to sign.
No, we don't have to. And if he kicked up a stink and said, "I'm going," I want out and refuse to play or whatever that ball, I don't think you'd do that. But if you did, I would be asking for serious money. I wouldn't be asking for 50 mil. I'd be asking for 80, 90 mil because he's under contract. He's still young enough that he's got another 5-6 years at the top. It's kind of.
That's right. Also, you can't lose Bernardo Silva, John Stones, and Ake and Diaz. That's too much experience gone in one window.
Yeah,
too much.
It is. No.
See, that was one that quietly went out the door, wasn't it, Nathanaki, which broke my heart a little bit.
Yeah. That's probably that one.
By the way, I don't know if anyone saw. He put a post out, and then his wife put a lovely post out about the kids and. They came to Manchester as a couple. They leave as husband and wife and as a family with 2 children. And people forget, okay, And I think the post resonated with me differently because he did lose his father, and obviously recent events with myself, it does change you. It does. But when you go through that, it changes you so much. And I always remember Nathan Acker. And Nathan Acker for me in that treble year was the most unsung hero we had in that squad. I remember saying, obviously, I think you agreed, didn't we? For us, he was one of the player of the years in the treble season and just got overlooked by so many people. Oh, I'm Stones. Fuck me. Don't even get me started on Stones because he's pissed me off in the last 2 weeks, John Stones. Because I was joking in the group chat. I said to him, was our training method shit? Because when he plays for England, he's fit as a fucking fiddle, John Stones. He plays for City in the last 10 minutes. So I'm starting to think was City's training regime too hard for Stones at that point? I don't know. Is he better? I don't know.
I don't want him. I don't want him slandered for it. I don't want him slandered for it. No. There's a bit of a pile on.
It was an off the cuff
John Stones
statement by Martin.
John Stones showed me in this World Cup that he was always the player we knew he was. He was a top defender. And I've got to say, I think Mark Gay was. I mean, I saw a stat which was a bit shocking today. Alan's the only City player to score in the World Cup for us. We've had the most players there, and there was only Alan doing anything.
Rodri, please go on Sunday. Please go Rodri on Sunday.
That's an intriguing one.
Nico in the bar twice.
Fez has put in Cov staying or going. Now, at the moment, I think the rumour is that he's probably going to leave. But he is one of those players where if he was to stay, I wouldn't complain too much about it because his experience and his knowledge and know-how, currently he's not a bad option to have in some respect off the bench.
I don't want him to go.
Especially with Reinders and Nico G very much still up in the air where they'll stay or go. So, yeah.
I mean, if Diaz
I'm going to jump in, fellows. I'll let you carry on. Can I just give you the Bouaddi update on where we're at?
Yeah, I was going to mention it, but...
City have actually had a meet. Arnold. Had a meeting with him, with Lille's reps about 12, 13 months ago. The plan was to send him out, keep him on loan. Then the Lille president came back with the price. Yeah. And then he went, oh, well, for that price, we're not sending him back on loan. You can piss right off. We're not playing that game, guys. We're not spending nearly 100 million and you're loaning him back. We're keeping him and we're developing him. Well, so Martin, you can swivel. It is getting advanced. It is getting advanced, lad. It's getting advanced quicker.
Sorry, Arnold. He doesn't get involved in things like that, does he, really?
No, because Cheeky was in the process of leaving and Viana was in the process of coming in. So then while they were doing the handover, sorry, Arnold did a little bit of the...
Okay.
A little bit of the technical, some of the work.
I think sometimes that's going to depend on the nature of the person you're doing business with as well. Because apparently Khaldoon had to get involved with the Forest thing because their owner is a capricious, self-centered billionaire. And maybe we don't have that skill set.
He also got involved with the Jashard deal as well. So.
And I think that sometimes that's necessary. That level is necessary depending on who you're dealing with. I think that's a good thing, not a bad thing.
No, if you've got a skill or a tool that's going to open up a doorway or whatever, then you're going to use it. Do you know what I mean? And Khaldoon, the shrewdest operators in the business. Do you know what I mean? So absolutely, I totally agree with you there. Listen, I mean, there's going to be. We've talked about ourselves, and I think even Martin mentioned it, like with Bouaddi when he was linked with us. So initially, it was like he's only had one decent game at a World Cup, and we're suddenly kind of making him out to be one of the best players on the planet. listen, as Martin said, City have been scouting this kid for a long time. A lot of the big clubs have been, you know. And yes, the price tag is huge, but let's not forget the market has been inflated hugely. For me. And it's not just because City paid, 115 million for Anderson. You know what I mean? I'm sorry to disappoint this club, but they did pay a lot for Rice. Just saying. Chelsea paid a lot for
Casado, Fernandes.
Oh, last summer, Liverpool spent how much on Ekitike, how much on Wirtz and Isak? But we saw Anderson. That's it. It's done.
Yeah,
City were in the market.
Yeah.
Always us. Isn't it?
That's
Always
right.
bloody us. He's fucking.
Do you want the other news as well? Do you want some other Aussie you're not going to like?
No, I'm sure I'm not. I don't like
at the moment, Tijani Randers is going to be given another year.
Yeah. Aussie's going to be...
All right, calm down.
Aussie's face now. Aussie's fucking fuming.
Yes, Aussie's fuming. Cool to see.
Aussie's not having it.
Aussie rage.
I'm not having it. I'm not.
I have said to Aussie, like the players that Pep didn't favour, I think Maresca might use them. So that's why I think they'll get a chance. Big squad. I think he's going to rotate a bit more than Pep. So, I think they've got a place in the team somewhere. I'll give him one more year, though.
Yeah, one more year.
Listen, I mean, it's all about opinions, and it really is. For me, I would be very surprised if Maresca's coming in and thinking that way, just because, Ryan just didn't do it, especially off the ball. He was just not good enough last season. And he's a player who's 28. He's not like a young kid. He's an experienced international player. And I would imagine he would have seen plenty of him, and he would have been told by Pep how good he is or not good he is. So for me, if he's not good enough for Pep, how the hell is he going to be good enough for Enzo Maresca? And I don't care that he may be given the pre-season. I'm sorry, it's pre-season. You're playing Mickey Mouse clubs, or you're playing clubs that are just and finding form and all that. So you're not going to be able to get a true assessment of him in a pre-season. If he's not going to do it in a Premier League season, then
it's weird though, Ozzy, getting that performance off him against Wolves in that first game.
Yeah.
And then you're never seeing it again.
Listen, me and Martin said it at the time when he first signed for us. We were like, he could be not only our player of the season, but he could be the player of the year season or the signing of the season. I can't remember exactly which one we said, but
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it just didn't happen. And listen, it happens for a lot of players. We talked about earlier, about a few players that, SAVIO being the case, that sometimes it just doesn't work, sadly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I just think at the moment, he's been linked to a number of clubs. And I just think if he's not suited to City, then I'd rather see him go and make it, from somewhere else. Oh, here we go. Well.
I know Trev wanted to talk about this, and we can still do. It's fine. I know he mentioned it in the group chat. Everton are trying to negotiate a double deal for Grealish and Rico Lewis at the moment.
Okay.
I won't get one for
that's going to come down to how I feel about it. Comes down to money. I have a nuanced view. Yeah, I have a nuanced view on Rico Lewis. I think we broke him. I don't think we owe him a duty of care because we gave him last season to get over the season from hell, where we forced him to play in a broken defence. And so last season he had the chance to recover from that, get over his PTSD. He didn't. I really like him. I love the homegrown narrative. I'm a big fan of youth players coming through to play in the first team and making a success of it. I think it's sad that we have to sell him. I think we have to sell him. I think for him it will be good. Regarding Grealish, the question I asked the other day is, are we okay giving him a year, see how it goes? And my sentiment about that is yes.
See, I've always thought that, especially with this being Enzo's first year, it's going to be a lot of adapting, a lot of change again. I feel like you won't really see Maresca's team until next year anyway. I always find the first year's kind of like the bedding in period before you get into the next year where we see a bit more of what he wants to do. So I think a lot of players in the squad that maybe didn't have the greatest start and the pep. I'm not saying they'll do better, but some players do better as managers. So we'll see how it goes.
I just want to respond to something that Cade is saying. I think it's going to come up. Why are we sad? Here it is. Why it's sad selling Rico? He not good enough. United game showed it. I'm always sad when we have academy players who look like they're going to make it and then don't make it. I'm always sad when that happens.
My thing with Grealish, I know it sounds very pound and pence, but he's only got 12 months left. If we can get 25 million for him, 30 million for him, it's money towards the signings. I don't think Grealish has got a redemption arc in him. I think he did a job. I think I will never forget what he did, especially in the treble year. He was a man mountain in that year. Again, like many others were. He has got his demons, which are well publicised.
I still think he's one of Pep's failures, Martin. But I don't think.
I think the price. No, I think we're looking at the price tag in that, Governor, a little bit.
No,
if he was 50 million quid, I don't think we're looking at Grealish as a failure. I think because he was the first £100 million player we bought, I think people will always look at Grealish as a failure because they're looking at the price tag.
Yeah, I don't look at the money.
I don't think it's just that though, Martin.
He should have had a free roll. More of a free roll.
But no one gets a free roll in a Pep team, Governor. Nobody did.
He should have had more freedom, mate.
KDB didn't get a free roll. Hang on, Governor, KDB didn't get a free roll in a Pep team.
Listen, I mean, for me,
the only person who did was David Silva.
Yeah. Listen, for me, Grealish divides opinions for a lot of reasons. I agree with Martin that in that trouble year, he was just brilliant. The sad thing is, for Grealish, for himself, let alone us as fans, is that he did that and then he just completely went off a cliff. And it's sad because at the end of the day, we know what a talented player he is, what he still could have gone on to do for City or England, he could have achieved. But sadly for him, he let himself down more than anybody else because he could have continued on and building upon that success, regardless of how much we paid for it.
But aren't we curious about what Enzo could do with him?
No, because I don't think he'd use him.
Yeah, I think that ship has sailed, I'm afraid.
But we know
really
we know we need somebody on that left hand side.
Yeah,
in case Doku gets injured.
I do think they're going to go and buy someone. They are looking at winger, Trev.
I know, but let's put that aside and say, if they don't, aren't you curious regarding what Enzo could do with Grealish, or what Grealish could do with the second bite of the apple?
Yeah. You don't have to spend money.
It would be an incredible redemption arc, and there's no money been spent. And we know that the baller is there. He's just fallen off a cliff.
Yeah,
and then has had injuries. I think there's enough there for us to be interested to see what happens.
There is money involved, I think, Governor. There is. You're $300 grand a week. You can get $300 grand a week.
But nobody's paying us what we bought him for. And that's already dead money. We're already committed to that. And wherever he goes, if we're going to have to accept 10 million and they're going to pay him his 300 grand, as opposed to having him ball out for a year and seeing what he's worth at the end of that year. I don't know. I'm curious is what I'm saying.
Can't you take a step back and it's a new manager? It's a clean slate for everyone.
No, why I got to come on here and
Governor, it's not a clean slate for everyone. What? It's not a clean slate.
There's obviously certain ones that are going out the door.
Governor, think about it, right? Right, I know you were one who didn't want to believe until you saw it. I get it. But Maresca was in this job in January. Do you think he's not been watching and talking to Pep?
Yeah.
Watching our games and asking,
we have, Martin, we have said there's possible 10 players going out the door, but we said about 7 have got question marks on them.
But we need to sell people, Governor.
I reckon he's one of them.
Then you can't buy then you can't buy a winger then if you keep him Grealish, which is fine.
We still have to get rid of people. I know that.
But the thing is, we can't give everyone a chance. No one wanted to give Savio a chance. No one wanted to give Rico Lewis a go.
So Savio's had 2 years of chances.
But Grealish had 3.
Let's be honest, guys. We all
Grealish
know
won the
Grealish,
treble with us.
We all know Grealish is not just on the pitch. Let's just be honest, guys. It's not just on the pitch.
I wasn't 20, Trav.
That could be his downfall, Ed. Ed, you might have a point.
Listen, I've got to give the birthday boy his time to talk. So, Ed, happy birthday, mate.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Ed.
Go on, have your say, mate. I really want to hear what you say.
He's 30 years old.
I know he's late as well, so
you're
not celebrating too much, obviously.
How does it feel to be an unk, Dad?
Hey, man, Mario. Yeah. Mario, you don't even remember when you were this age. That's how long ago it was.
The thing is, though, Ed, that you have to understand that if you played for our team, you'd have to get out of my club.
Hey, if I was making $300K a week, I would take that. I would have been saving.
Is that euros or pounds?
Dollars.
Whichever
By the way,
one you want to give me,
if we can all wish Ed a massive happy birthday in the chat, that'd be great. We can all wish him a happy birthday because he's an old bugger. He's 30. He's getting on. Give him another 5 years, he'll be drawing his pension.
Jesus. Still young, mate.
Oh, man. Thank you, Gov. Martin doesn't understand that, you know.
I know.
He's past it.
But no, I think he's well past it.
He's one okay. Go on, Ed.
I've been listening to you guys, and I agree with you guys a lot saying. And I agree. I think we need to bring another winger in because I'm tired of this wing. I think if we were somebody there, Chucky would probably be a better fit. But just watching Maresca and his style of play, he wants a more touchline player. You know, Turkey likes to come inside. And also with the press and how Maresca likes to press, I think Turkey would probably be better inside than outside for me. So I think we need another winger. I'm not willing to give that job to McAdoo or somebody like that, just because if there is an injury and Doku is prone to having spells out, then we're gonna need somebody that we can depend on.
In charge. Get down there, stay in there, and stop messing with things. Yeah.
I still think we could use McAdoo. I want him to break through, Ed McAdoo. I just want him to try.
I think he'll give a chance. I think he'll get a chance to break through. But it's going to be in the cup games. It's going to be certain games. No.
Yeah.
Don't let Governor get off on that.
Right.
5 minutes ago, he was giving Grealish another go. Now he wants McAdoo in. Fucking hell, how many wingers do you want, Governor?
Wait. I'm okay. I asked a reasonable question. Aren't you curious to see whether Grealish can have a redemption arc?
If I'm going to be honest, no, I'm not.
Not even curious.
No.
Okay. So what are we selling him for? How much do we get for him?
I think you can get 30 mil for him.
I was going to say 25, 30.
Tumbleweeds.
You know our players. You know when we buy players, right? We look after our players. And this is the trouble. At the end of when they're going out, we have trouble getting rid of them because we look after them so much. The wages side of it, we that's why I think we struggle getting rid of people.
But that's what it takes to get them. But you're right, Calvin Phillips.
All right then. I would have thought I'm gonna play devil's advocate and be a bit naughty here to Trev. Would you give Calvin Phillips another go and not Bouaddi?
No, because he never fucking showed anything ever. Behave.
Ozzy,
He never got the chance.
I'm very tempted. Trust me.
Wait a
Governor,
minute, that's
I'm very
harassment.
tempted.
That's harassment. That's harassment.
Jesus.
Justice for Calvin. He's a good player though. He's got a nice smile, lovely lad.
Who's
I
next
think
to
you know,
be ready
Wait,
for the
wait,
For
is
final?
this
there
Love
to be a
Island? Is this
redemption
Love
arc,
Island?
Martin, for there to be a redemption arc, there has to be something to redeem yourself from. Right. But you have to have also started at this point, gone down, and then redeem yourself from that. That's the shape of it. It's like a U shape.
You know what?
It's an unk. It's an unk
I
shape.
know.
The thing is that Calvin Phillips hit the ground flailing. There wasn't this bit of the U. He hit the
You know what
ground
it was?
flailing.
You know what I
And
think about Calvin? I think about where he was at Leeds. Where he was at
No.
Leeds. The way
Brilliant
people
for
were talking
England.
about. He was England's player of the year. He was being linked with. We were fighting with Liverpool, United, Arsenal. Everyone was in for him in that double pivot for Bielsa, playing Bielsa ball. And I remember because I went on a Leeds United channel. I went on a show with Patrick and Carl on True City Fan, and we did a 2-hour show on Calvin Phillips breakdown. And we were talking 70, 80 million at the time. And when we bought him for 42, I went on, is it Leeds United Fan TV? Something anyway. And they were having like mass hysteria because they only got 42 million for him. They were like, you've robbed us. What are you doing here? You've robbed us. And I'm like, everyone was buzzing. And
Yeah, but they
he
are from
seemed to
Yorkshire.
But Trent, he seemed to walk in the door at City and went, yeah, this is the big time. And he just wilted like a flower. He wilted straight away. And I don't know. I'd love to speak with him and say, what happened?
Yeah.
Did you just shit yourself when you come in the door?
My pet theory, and I have zero evidence for it, is that he's actually, now, not all footballers are bright, but some of them are really, really not bright. And I think that the instructions that were fed into his head by Pep never settled, and he never took them seriously. He just thought all he had to do was go out and play his usual game, regardless of what Pep wanted him to do. And I kind of saw it. I suspected it when I saw him play, that he wasn't doing what Pep was telling him to do because he thought he'd already arrived, and he was just a bit too stupid to read the room and say, I'm playing for Pep Guardiola now. I've got to do what the fuck he says, or I'm not going to get a game. And I think that might be part of the narrative. No evidence for it, but that's my pet theory. He's just not very bright. And in his interviews, I'm afraid that comes across.
Sorry, can we just calm the whole massive in the chat down? Calm down for the whole massive.
What's happening?
Right. I'm joking. I'm joking with one of our mods. Big up Briggsy, by the way. By the way, to all our mods, thank you. I don't think there's not else from males, so go into whatever you want now, mate.
Well, I mean, one of the things that I want to say, ask a question about, is anyone a bit surprised that so far, and he's not even officially signed on the dotted line, technically, Elliot Anderson's the only player we've kind of got through the door, or halfway through the door.
Nope.
Is anyone surprised that we've not got anyone else? Because let's be honest, there are a number of positions and that could still be bring players in.
It's a
World Cup. I don't.
No,
Yeah, but I think there are still players that other clubs have signed.
no,
Do you know
because
what I
you're
mean?
in
I
like
don't
a
think you can
housing. No, you're in like a housing chain. You've got to sell yours to buy the house that you want, but the house that you want have to sell. Are waiting on somebody else selling theirs.
Yeah,
There's a chain. So
leave,
even if the players weren't in the World Cup, people are looking at selling them, or people who are looking to sell players are looking to buy players. So we're in a chain.
Yeah.
So even the high end affects the lower end of the price range that you're looking for. And so I think the energy for transfers outstrips the actual reality of what's on the ground. And the World Cup is a huge element, not an incidental element to it.
Yeah, but I think you're spot on. I think Ozzy, we just right now we don't have to sell to buy, but you need to have some dominoes ready to go.
Yeah, Trafford.
Do you think it's interesting that we're
Slovenia.
not being linked to more players though?
Well, actually, Ozzy, to be fair,
We're linked to everyone. We've been linked to everyone.
We have bought 4 players this window. We spent over 200 million quid.
Well, not necessarily first team players, but
that's the mad situation here. We've already spent over 200 million quid, and 3 of them are on fucking loan now.
But by the way, I just want to be clear.
Million on a winger, we're not going to see for 2 years.
I just want to be clear that when I mentioned Yorkshire, I wasn't slandering Yorkshire. My brother lives there. I love Yorkshire a lot. He married a Yorkshire.
Oh, ignore Briggs.
Fantastic.
Briggs, he's not letting me in the KC next year, and I'll storm the KC next year. Don't you worry. I'll storm that KC. Don't you worry, Briggs. I'll get in. Oh, by the way, quick one. Is anyone?
I was just mentioning their reputation for being careful about money, and therefore whatever we played for Kelvin Phillips would have been not enough.
By the way, I've got my Community Shield ticket, so I will be going to Cardiff.
I'm going as well. I'm going
as
well.
Yeah, hey, I'm in the posh seats. I'm in the posh seats.
I'm
at the side. I'm at the side of the pitch.
Get you.
Get me side of the pitch.
Are you a guest of Talk Sport? Are you going to go on Talk Sport?
Has anyone seen?
Have you not heard, Trev? Apparently, I work for Manchester City. They're just making it formal at the Community Shield.
Oh right. Well, it's about time. It's about time you were honest.
Martin, are you going to get Monga's autograph? Are you going to get Monga's autograph?
Do you want?
No, I don't. Listen, they're open to everyone. They're just on the website, but. Yeah, I thought I'd treat myself going. I've not been to the Principality for 2000. When was it? 2003, 2004. Whenever we went, so over 20 years.
I was 7.
Over 20 years. When did we play TNS? Fucking hell.
The new Saints.
But Ed, was that you requesting that as your birthday present or your Unk Day present, as we have to know?
Oh no, I know Martin loves the young players.
DNS. I might have been.
What are you trying to say about mine? He loves them appropriately.
That's my teaching days over in the primary school. Cheers, Ed.
All I said is you love young players. You take it however you want to take it.
I was not on Epstein's Island. I can't.
Did anyone see the judge reading out the verdict on Joey Barton?
What
did you see?
Has he actually been found guilty now of being a no?
Yeah. And the judge, as judges do, deadpan, had to read out some of the things that Joey Barton had said on social media. But the best one, and I had to laugh because he said, and in a 3-day campaign against Mr. Jeremy Vine, a TV celebrity presenter, you described him as a bike nonce. I just thought I never thought I'd see those two words together in my life.
You know what?
Jeremy
I'm
Vine,
watch this back.
bike nonce.
I'm gonna watch this back tomorrow when I'm sober and go, what the fuck did we allow to be said?
I'm thinking that myself currently.
It's over.
Yeah.
There's no swearing. This was said by a judge in the gown with the wig on. The judge actually said bike nonce in relation to Jeremy Vine.
What's going on, lads? What's happened here?
Ozzy, I'm going to go in a minute because I need to go and check up on the missus.
That's what we anyway.
I have got a bit of an announcement next week. I don't know what day. I'm back on Wednesday. So early Wednesday morning. So next week or the week after, we're going to do a charity show. Because I haven't even told the lads this, but this year our chosen charity is going to be the Alzheimer's Society, in honour of my dad. So we're going to do a charity event. I'm not sure if we're going to do it through YouTube. We'll do the show, but donations may go to a separate link.
Yeah, do that, Martin.
Rather than YouTube, so we don't get 40 or 50% taken away from us. Because cheers, Google. YouTube don't care if you're doing charity streams either way. And also I've got some news on Google that I'm in the middle of researching that I want to update all our followers and all our subscribers. It's just something we have to look at, because if a certain thing gets passed in the Houses of Parliament, your ways of watching YouTube may change.
Yeah.
So we need to explain that to everyone and just, give people heads up. Because I don't know if you've noticed, within the UK laws now, we are now, and City are now doing this, which is a bit naughty, which I'm going to bring up. The people who bought Flexi Gold tickets, which I've all sold out, by the way, so amazing, they are being asked to sign up to a face recognition site, which has been with the club since 2025. So what they're saying is the new season ticket holders, I think it's basically everyone's going to end up with face recognition moving forward.
And the old digital ID?
Yeah, it's coming. It is coming. I know, because I know a couple of the City groups have put tweets out tonight about it. They have reached out to the club for some communique on it, just to see what the plans were, or whether it's just quietly been snuck in the back room without anyone knowing. Because apparently we did sign up. I can't remember the name of the company that we used, but we signed up with them in 2025. But it is a facial recognition company. So
digital beer next, Dylan.
No, but just what it is, right? It's based on the.
All right, guys, I gotta get dressed for. I'm about to go out.
Happy birthday,
happy
mate.
birthday. Have a cracking night.
Happy Unk Day.
Birthday, mate.
Yeah, no, he's not an unk yet. Jeez.
All right, have a good one, guys.
See ya.
Take care, Ed.
No, but
So, Martin, that sort of kiboshes people sharing the ticket, like, do you know what I mean? Like giving.
Yeah, it came out from Citizens Trust tonight. Thanks, Briggs. It was out from Citizens Trust tonight.
Yeah.
It's going to make life difficult for the touts, though.
It is, because
Yeah,
and they are. But basically, the way YouTube's looking at it is Google, and YouTube are against this, by the way. But if they pass it in Parliament under a white paper, or what I presume will be, basically trying to make out for you to watch, because to have a TV license in the UK, the idea of a TV license is you can watch live TV. What the Parliament are arguing is YouTube Live is TV. You watch YouTube Live, so why don't we need a license for that? So they're trying to bring the UK TV license into YouTube as well.
Is there a way of us fighting that back? Because I'm sure
that's an independent channel, though, isn't it?
They can't force that
Yeah,
through.
but you're still live. You're still live. You're watching live content.
But that's not. It's not TV. It's not British TV. You can't. Yeah, come on, man.
This is what they're trying to argue with, that it isn't. It's not just for live TV. It's for live content.
they're also part of this as well is that they want to also push out the mainstream kind of channels, as in like the BBC, Sky, ITV, all the big ones. So they are more at the front of YouTube, and channels like ourselves are at the back of the queue. So to find us is more difficult. You'll find other bigger channels who have got bigger accounts that will be put forward more than we would. So that's also something that will hit us hard. Oh,
and I'm sorry, this is a big thing that I do. Someone says, if you can now go on the Football Content Creator Awards and you can now nominate people. If the lovely people of our family, and I do use the word family because we are, would like to push us forward, that would be amazing.
Yeah, definitely. We are one of the small minnows in this pond, but we still like to think, we put out decent content. And
I don't give a shit. I'm going to say we might be one of the smallest, but we are one. We have the best community, and this is no shade in any other channel because I know Luther does a brilliant channel at Not in My Lifetime. Go and give them a lot of love as well, as all our City content creators. But for me, we have the best community in YouTube, not just City YouTube. And I will stand on and I will fight that with anyone else. Anyone in the world, our community is the best.
Yeah, definitely, Martin.
Fight me on it, Luke. Fucking fight me on it.
Can't be arsed.
Too tired.
If I fight you, fight myself.
No, he's more on here than he's his own channel.
Yeah, I am pretty much. Yeah.
No, at the end of the day, it's just, as a channel, we want to give people the most updated and honest information as well, not just football, but about YouTube and the world and everything. So, and that's the other thing they're bothered about is they think YouTubers are too influential and they don't always give facts. And they think they're a bit worried about that as well. Thank you, SOS. SOS, are you taking your Puma King stuff? Because have you seen the new Puma stuff that's come out on the website?
Yeah.
Some of it looks rather swanky.
It does.
I haven't seen it yet.
I might be spending some of the old YouTube money. I'm a joke. I might be spending some of the other half money. The other half's money in the City store.
20, 30 quid. Bit money there.
I think when he talks about the other half, he meant what he first said.
No. I'll tell you what I did see here. The City away kit. I've seen it here in Cyprus. The gold and the black one.
Yeah,
fucking hanging in the life.
Awful.
Is that got the big B on it? The big.
No, it's got little B. It's got little B's. It's hanging, mate.
Oh.
Don't like it.
Last year's kits were so good. It was so good last year as well. It was so good. Oh man!
I think the white one's nice though.
But the white one looks very. That might be coming into my wardrobe. That white one.
Yeah,
it was nice. That one. It was nice. Proper old school, like proper like.
Oh, and we have got loads of Blues Brothers coming up as well. I might as well tell everyone JSGC's coming up. Trying to get Luke on it. Luke, the lads. Luke's already done, and then we'll see who else. But if you do want to be a part of Blues Brothers, please get in touch. I know some people have, and I'll get in touch with them when I get them to make arrangements. Right, I'm going because my other half's on my.
I don't want to bring the show down.
You already do with the way you look. I keep telling you, Governor, you need to come in with a paper bag over your head.
Smiley face.
Right, well, anyway, I'm going to drop.
Mate.
I will see you all Wednesday. I'll do something Wednesday night when I get back. And then we'll full steam ahead through to whenever you're back to regular scheduled programming. So take care all. Say big up to the lads. Ozzy, you're outstanding again. Big up to the chat. Smash the likes. You are legends. Take care.
Yeah, mate. Take care,
See you, Martin. Take care, mate.
Yeah. Thank you for Martin coming on in the middle of his holidays. So much appreciated, and we'll look forward to seeing him come back. I am going to start wrapping up because I'm exactly shattered. I've been at work all day.
And to be fair, Ozzy, as well, I think the news is starting to get a bit better now. If you know, it's getting towards the end of the World Cup, we'll start getting like obviously Maraska content. So I think the content will start ramping up for everyone now. I think because I think that's why I've done a lot for myself. Like if it's World Cup, I'm going to chill. Now it's over, right? City are back to it again. So
there'll be a lot of madness now, won't there, after the World Cup?
Yeah, it's gonna trust me. This next month or so is gonna be mental. It's gonna be crazy. So bring it on.
I agree with you, mate. It's gonna be like I said. There's gonna be so much moving parts over the next few weeks. You know, yes, it'll go a little bit quiet because after the World Cup because the players need a holiday and fair pay to them. You know, especially the ones that have been at the World Cup, obviously. And then they'll come back. Pre-season will kick off. You know, not long after that, it'll be the Community Shield, and then we get into the league and the season and all the cups. So
and also as well, we'll get the Anderson and proper announcement, proper interview as well. Because obviously, I imagine they'll probably do that after the World Cup, so he gets it out of the way, and then probably go on holiday break and prepare after that. So at least that way it'll be out probably, I reckon, about 2 weeks probably after the World Cup probably. So we get a proper announcement. So that'll be good.
Yeah,
definitely. And there's going to be so much transfer rumours over the next few weeks. It's going to be unbelievable.
Here we go.
I mean? So,
like we've just done. There've been names thrown all over the place, won't there?
Yeah, Mbappe, Bellingham, why? I want him. Random Madrid sources. Thank you. Cheers.
The pre-season games, they're on City Plus, aren't they, as well? Even though I've got a stick, I'll probably get it on there, but I don't know.
First game was on the 1st of August, so about 2 weeks' time, I think. Roughly.
Yeah, 1st of August.
And by the way, I'll be back in the UK, and so I'll be at every game that I can get to.
Hey,
fair play, Trev.
I'll see the games.
So, and I don't know. I don't know if I can do anything live from games. I don't know if people like that. No one seems to have done it very well. Most people who are doing stuff outside the ground seem to get slagged off by fans like me of my age group because people don't like it.
It can work. If you do it, I think if you do it a unique, certain style of way, it can work. But it's
okay. Now we're getting to my plan. Okay, this needs funding. I book a room at the New City Hotel for every single home game, and we do a show from that hotel room looking out onto the pitch immediately after the games.
Oh, that's just brilliant. Fund it. We're funding it.
I was a little worried where that might go because I was thinking
no, I won't stay there. I won't even stay there. We could do a show from that hotel room. We could deck up the hotel room in the morning, so we'd have a nice background.
Ready. Dylan,
set up the sound.
You can do it. We could do
a proper professional show immediately before games and immediately after games. I just think that would set the world on fire because we'd be the only ones who ever did it. And now we've got that hotel at the ground. It's absolutely possible. If the hotel want to sponsor it, let us know.
When's it open exactly, the hotel? Is it open yet? Or is it open next year?
Yeah, I think it'll be open for the season, won't it?
Well, you get
the
rags, don't you? The rags do it from Neville's hotel, don't they?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that run-down hotel with the stadium. Yeah, the swamp. Yeah.
But imagine that. I mean, any of our crew are at the game straight afterwards, straight up to the hotel room. Like within 10 or 15 minutes, we're live after a game, post-game analysis in a decent setting.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Trevor. Just every time you mention a hotel room in 10, 15 minutes.
You need to travel more, mate.
I know. I really do.
Hotel rooms are not special. Trust me, I've lived in and out of them for years when I was working all over Asia.
I know, man. I think it's just I've come off a 12-hour shift, so I'm
You're not thinking straight.
I'm really not.
Andrew's put mid-October. Cool. Mid-October is the hotel opens up. So
yeah, right. I didn't think it was.
So we've got until then to raise enough money.
Yeah. Well, Trev, that's part of your remit. That's what you need to be doing to get us the Mancunian way in that hotel room for a game or two.
We need a separate fund for that then. All right. Now let's do a GoFundMe.
Fair enough. We'll
Trevor, get some ex-players. If it's in a nice setting, and we do it right, we might get some ex-players. We might get some of the city celebrities, whoever. You know, might get Tits Out Jackie up there one day.
Back to what Ozzy said.
Thank you. There you go now. Thank you.
Off the rails.
I think on that note, I am going to wrap things up now because
wrap it.
Wow, this has gone so far left. It's unbelievable. Listen, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's joined tonight. thank you for all the likes. Keep on smashing the like button. Again, as Mike keeps saying, it really helps push out the channel, especially with things that are going to be happening soon, as we talked about. So the more likes we get, the more other people will find us. And hopefully, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that bell. It really does help the channel a lot. We are trying to grow. We are trying to get to 10K at the beginning of the season. We're not quite there yet, but hopefully we'll get there soon. Thank you to the panel, everyone who's come on tonight, especially Martin come away during his holiday. But all to you guys, Luke, Governor, Trev, thank you so much. Really appreciated. And hopefully we'll see you again soon. Yeah, as Martin said, he will be back on Wednesday. He will do something and we'll put it out on socials. And then it will be coming thick and fast as the as things go on. So yeah, again, big thank you to everyone watching. And yeah, we'll see what happens over the next few weeks. But
wait for the news.
From us, from us at Mancunian Way, from everyone, good night.
Take care, guys.